Now to a Call 7 investigators exclusive. Lawmakers demanded meaningful changes in the Department of Corrections Parole Division.
And your tax dollars are being used for those changes. But Call 7 investigators Teresa Marchetta uncovering some parole officers who question the agency's priorities.
And they tell me that they're the ones who have been taking the blame for catastrophic errors uncovered in our series of Call 7 investigations. Tonight, they want to set the record straight about their working conditions, their supervisors, and what they say would have the biggest impact on keeping the public safe from felons on parole.
There was an incident recently where it was over 6 hours before the on-call officer ever got notified that someone cut their ankle monitor.
That recent lapse in notification happened months after policies were changed to alert parole officers sooner and require them to respond faster when parolees tamper with ankle monitors. A policy change after our Call 7 investigation exposed Evan Ebel's parole officer ignored alerts while he committed murder. But these 3 parole officers speaking to us on the condition we protect their identities say the changes demanded by the Judiciary Committee aren't happening fast enough.
What's the biggest change you've noticed since September and the legislative hearings?
We got our vests ordered. That's it.
New ballistic vests and recently new radios for parole officers. Important steps taken by the DOC after we dug deeper, exposing equipment deficiencies within parole. Now officers say administrators are spending time and money on superficial changes, like changing the name of the parole division and changing the lettering on their uniforms from police to parole.
With all the other issues going on right now, really the one thing you want to focus on is what my shirt says, really?
It's a change, according to these emails we obtained, many officers object to.
I mean, you're always taught arrest, control, firearms, stop, police. You know what I mean? If you say stop parole, it goes against the grain.
And why is that a bad idea?
It's a terrible idea. It creates a huge officer safety issue. But I will tell you who will see us different is the community when we're out there in their backyard trying to get someone and they just see a dude with a badge around their neck holding a gun.
From what I'm hearing, there has not been a whole lot of tangible changes that you've seen.
No, it's window dressing. It's not looking at the issues.
Another concern that the DOC administration is out of touch with the challenges officers face.
Nobody knows what we're doing.
And unrealistic about what they can accomplish with their parolees.
I think they got it wrong. I think our primary role is to protect the public.
They say high caseloads and the stacks of paperwork that keep them tethered to a desk prevent them from spending more time with the parolees they manage, and that compromises public safety.
And I'm tired of seeing parole officers be stomped on by upper management, and I'm tired of seeing us not give our best because of what these policies are.
Do you feel like you have a management that you can go to with your concerns?
No.
You know where we can go to? We can go find another job. And that's what all of us are doing.
And they're doing it in part because they say financially they have no choice.
And we're already underpaid compared to other market police departments and even other market parole offices around the country.
It may sound like sour grapes, but we checked. A community parole officer in Colorado is required to have a 4-year degree and must already have a peace officer standard training certification. Pay starts at about $44,000 a year. A Denver police recruit starts at nearly $47,000. In Commerce City, the starting pay just under $53,000. Probation officers in Phoenix start at $47,000.
We're losing qualified people, which just makes everybody's caseload that much bigger.
And bigger caseloads, they say, equals less supervision for felon parolees, putting everyone's safety at risk. Part of the reason the legislature has set aside an extra $10 million for the DOC to use next year as it sees fit.
So far, do you think the money and the effort has been going to the right areas?
No, absolutely not. If you can start $1 million fugitive unit, there's money. If you could pay an associate director a 6-figure contract, there's clearly money.
That new 6-figure salary for a new management position added to an already top-heavy agency.
How about we stop with all these management levels, because our management isn't doing anything for us. You're the only one that can get answers. We ask these same questions, trust me. We've talked and we're blue in the face with this. We can never get any answers. It only seems like you can get answers. So we're desperate.
The officers want wireless cards for their computers so they can do paperwork from out in the field. They'd also like the DOC to hire a dispatcher for them to track them on parolee visits and coordinate backup if needed. And they say a parolee's re-entry process needs to start sooner, something Executive Director Rick Ramish has said he wants to do. We'll get a chance to ask him. While he wasn't available for this story, he has committed to speaking with us soon. I'm Call 7 investigator Teresa Marchetta.